Myself is Ganesh Regade. I'm learning computer science in MS Rama Institute of Technology, and my USN is 1MS12CS033. My tool is Scrapy, a web crawling and web scraping tool. Now I am going to explain in this video presentation what is Scrapy and the agenda of this project, why it's used, and final output of a web crawling and web scraping, and the conclusion of this presentation. Okay, let us see. Okay, this video contains mainly about the Scrapy, a powerful web crawling tool, the overview of Scrapy and the demo. Agenda. Agenda means this video contains the introduction and what is Scrapy and why we are using the Scrapy, architecture of the Scrapy, and the installation and the requirements of the web crawling using the Scrapy. Demo of web crawling using the Scrapy is the main thing, and the ethics while using the web crawling, and finally the conclusion of web crawling using the Scrapy. Okay. Before going to explain something about the Scrapy, now we tool about the what Scrapy does and what it is used for. Scrapy is a powerful web scraping and crawling tool which is openly available, and it is used for extracting the data you need from the website. Nowadays internet is everything, like shopping, booking tickets, and watching movies, shows, and stocks, etc. For that all we need a good search engines and good web scraper and crawler. Therefore this importance of Scrapy or web scraping. What is before going to explain about the Scrapy and why I choose the Scrapy, now I to something explain about the crawler. Like web crawler. A web crawler is an internet boot which is semantically browses the World Wide Web, typically for the purpose of web indexing. What is boot? Internet boot. Internet boot is also known as a web robot or a WW robot. Is a software application that runs automated tasks like scripts over the internet, and typically the bot performs the tasks that are both simple and structurally repetitive at much higher rate than the other possible or human alone. Like the web indexing or internet indexing refers to the various methods for indexing the contents of the website of the internet as a whole individual. Okay, it's a Scrapy website like scrapy.org. You can go, and it's an open source collaborative framework for extracting the data you need from the website in a fast and simple yet extensible way. This is a website. It's open source, built on Python. Like now I show something about the web crawling index, like web crawling architecture. This web crawling architecture mainly it's a World Wide Web, it's internet, and this is a queue of URLs we need to crawl, and the queue means it goes to the scheduler, and the scheduler perform the need corresponding URLs in a proper manner, and multi-threaded downloader downloads that URL web page, HTML pages, pipeline, we use pipeline, and it's a dynamic, therefore, and stores it to the storage. Okay. Now I told something about the web crawling. Crawling. Okay, so what purpose were crawling used for? Like the web search engine, some other sites, web crawling or spidering software updates their content indexes and others, like and website contents. Web crawling can copy all pages they visit, or later possibly by the search engine which indexes the downloaded pages to the user, can search more efficiently. Like web search engines, we can use the web crawling, and crawler consumes the resources on the system they visit, and often visit sites without approval. Issues of scheduler load and politeness come to play when a large collection of the pages are accessed. The mechanism exists for public sites not wishing to be crawled to make is known as crawling agent, like data park search, open server, Scrapy, and many more web crawler are available. Okay, after web crawling, now I am supposed to explain what is web scraping. The web scraping is a computer software technique of extracting the information from the website, usually such as software programs, simulation, human exploitation of the World Wide Web, that is WWW, by either implementing the low-level HTTP or embedding the fully fledged web browser such as Mozilla, Firefox, and other things. Web, the uses of web crawling or web crawling mainly focuses on which indexes the information on the web using a bot or a web crawler, and it is a universal technique adopted by the most of the search engines. The crawling is mainly used for and adopted in search engines. And the web scraping, the scraping main difference is the scraping neither not only download the pages. Scraping the focus is more on the transformation of unstructured data on the web, typically in the HTML format, into the structured data like JSON, CSV, and all those things. Whatever you want, to structured data, it can be stored and analyzed in a central local database or a spreadsheets. The web scraping is also related to the web automation, and which simulates the human browsing using the computer software. The uses of web scraping includes online price comparison, context scraping, weather data monitoring, website changes detection, research, and web mashup, and the web data integration. Okay. Okay, we now just finished the introduction to the Scrapy. Now we come to know about the what is Scrapy. Scrapy is an open source web scraping framework for the Python. It's purely built in Python and now is maintained by Scraping Hub. Scrapy is a fast, high-level screen scraping and web crawling framework used to crawl the websites and extract the structured data from that page. It's called a scraping, as of you know. It can be used for a wide range of purposes of the data mining to monitoring and automated testings. And we just finished the scraping and crawling, and now let's move to the next agenda, why we use Scrapy. If you Google web crawling and web scraping, what web crawling and web scraping tools, there are a lot of tools available in Google, like as of all of you know, several tools. And why we choose Scrapy? The Scrapy purely built on 100% on Python. It's a Python package actually, and it's a portable, open source, 100% Python, all those things. And it runs on Linux, Windows, and Mac, FreeBSD, all platforms. But the installation and the running of the Scrapy Spider may be different, but all are same. Like it runs on every platform, as sort of you know. Scrapy was designed with simplicity in mind by providing the features you need without getting on your way. Like Scrapy is a very simple in mind. There is no complexity in scrapping. Scrapy was designed with the extensibility in mind, so that it provides several mechanisms like extensibility. There is no toolkit and all those things. All are built-in toolkits and framework. All are built-in framework. All those things. Scrapy comes a lot of functionality built in. Like this is one of the point why we use Scrapy. And there are several crawling wherein they use the static web pages static URLs that Scrapy, but Scrapy uses the URL what we give and go that and use dynamical and use your pipelining also. Just I come to the architecture. You know the architecture of the Scrapy. When you Google it, the scrapy.org only gives the architecture of the Scrapy, and this architecture, this URL, go to architecture of the scrapy.org. This is a documentation actually. The overview is this diagram of the scheduler and the Scrapy as an architecture. Main heart of the Scrapy is a Scrapy engine, and these are the downloaders, these are the spiders, actually item pipeline, and the scheduler. This is the internet. The Scrapy also download the web pages from the internet, as all of you know. The Scrapy engine. When we start the scrapping, the spider is the main starting of the scrapping. The spider is then come to the later what is spider and all those things. The scrapping starts with the spider. The request goes to the scheduler through the scrapping engine. The scrapping engine took all the internal works. Just go to the scheduler, what time, what all those things, and you said at what type, all those things. The scheduler gives the information to the downloader, the request to the downloader, like this is a URL, you need to download these things like category and all those things. The downloader middleware, these are the Scrapy engine, the portable and all those things. The downloader download that web page or internet from the internet. These are the HTML code then maybe, and this downloader gives back to the spiders again. The spiders then may give to the item pipeline for the items, this item to the pipeline for the next downloading. Like this is a continuous process. This pipeline item next request goes, the scheduler schedules the next and again downloads the next HTML page. It's continuous. It's a continuous process. And this by seeing this architecture you can know this is simply portable, like we can port this to the another platform like that therefore we can download anything on any platform. Okay, the Scrapy engine mainly controls all the information, the data flow between the scheduler, item pipeline, spiders and the downloaders. The item pipeline, one more functionality is this use the structure format, the data into the structure format, like that data may be in the HTML, that unstructured formats. It converts, that takes care about the structured data components. And next I will go to the data flow diagram and data flow in this architecture. Like the engine opens a domain and locates the domain and spider, and it engine controls and starts the spider to the start URL. What start URL? All of this come to the next installing and the demo. I will show what is start URL and how to start crawling from the spider and all those things. The engine gets the URL from the crawl to the spider and schedules them in the scheduler, and engine asks the scheduler for the next URL to crawl and all those things. The scheduler then returns next URL crawl to the engine, and engine sends them to the downloader, passing through the downloader middleware request direction. This are request direction, and scheduler passes the next URL and through the engine to the download through the downloader middleware. It goes to the downloader and the web page is downloaded. The downloaded web page again passes through the downloader middleware, and Scrapy engine goes to the go to the spiders and item pipeline also for the structure format of the data. The next is the process repeats again, and spider asks for the next URL. That Scrapy engine asks the scheduler to the next URL. It gives the URL to the Scrapy and until the all URL finishes, and this process continues. Okay, now this completes the architecture of the Scrapy. Now I will next go to the installation and the requirements. This step is completed. Now I will go to the installation for the Scrapy. For Scrapy installation, it's freely available in the scrapy.org website, the installation guide, and the install for the minimum requirements. What is the system requirement is any Windows, like Windows, Linux and any platform, like and Python 2.7. The Scrapy only needs the Python 2.7, and for later version of the Python, the Scrapy support for supporting of the Scrapy, the work is under process, and it only supports the Python 2.7. Therefore, we need a Python 2.7 and also pip in that Python. For installing the pip, we need a setup tools, pip and setup tools for Python packages. Nowadays, pip requires and installation setup tools and all those things. In Python 2.7.9 and later includes pip by default. You may have it already. Otherwise, we need to install the pip. Again, click on here. It will go to the installing guide for the pip. Before that, you can go to the Python page also, and pip.scrapy. Again, afterwards, to install the pip, after installing the pip, you can directly install the Scrapy by using the pip install Scrapy. Okay, now it's Scrapy supports all platforms, but the installation is different for different platforms as well as I told. Actually, for Anaconda, there is a special command like conda install -c scrapping hub.scrapy. For Windows, the Python, we can download the Python from this link. So we'll go to here, and we have to download the Python 2.7, and after that You need to after Windows, downloading the Python, you need to install, and it's okay. Okay, I after I installing the Python, uh, I need to set the environment variable in path variable in Windows. Like I have to go to the system administrator and this system information, advanced system settings, and after this go to this environment variable here, environment variables, go to the system variables, not for your specific variables, system variables, click P and path and edit. It will go to the Python 2.7 and Python scripts you need to add, and click OK. OK here, also OK here. Actually I added it before, therefore it comes, otherwise you have to add. After add, you need to type the Python version here. Okay, then open command prompt. I already opened. Now I need to type Python -v for the Python version. After some time it will give the Python version like 2.7, and after you need to install the pip for Python. For this you need to go to this page, pywin32. After Python we need a pywin32 also. Like you can go to this link and download pywin32 and you can install, otherwise simply install. After installing pip you can install pywin32 also. For installing pip you need to, in Windows, like python get pip.py not works in Windows, you need to install some more, like Linux, Windows Python -m.pip.install -u.pip. These are the installation guide for installing the pip on your system. After this you need to install, wait 1 second, okay, yeah, be sure you need to download the pywin32. You're sure architecture is Win32 or 64 matches your system, and then that you need to install the pip. After installing the pip you need to install pywin32, no? For that simply type pip for the pip version. I already installed the pip, therefore it works, otherwise you need to install the pip, and you can use the documentary for that, that's available. It takes some time. Okay, next you need to know the pip version, and you need to install the pywin32, and after directly the Scrapy. Yeah, this is the pip. You need to pip install pip. These are the commands available. Next type pip version. Like here. Yeah, this is the pip version 8.1.1. You have to know the site package also installed. Then for installing the pywin32 you need to type a command like pip install pywin32 and hit enter. I already installed, therefore I will not installing now. Okay, then you need to install in Ubuntu, simply sudo get apt install python and pip install Scrapy. After this you can simply install Scrapy, pip install Scrapy. I already installed, therefore I simply write a Scrapy, that's it. It will show the version and what are the commands available for that Scrapy. I don't know why it takes a lot of time, because of recording it will take a lot of time. This is okay. Let's go to your Python directory then. Python 27 is available in this package. Let's type it here. We'll show Python 27 here. Wait 1 second, I will have to can see clearly. Then cd python 27, go to the directory. Now it's in the directory. After installing, we can continue with the demo. Okay, when we finish installation, but when doing the Scrapy in Windows, we need to look about the Python 2.7 and the path of the environment variable. Otherwise, the Windows Python, there may be a project problem with the Python. Therefore, that Windows, that path need to be identified, and the install pywin32 also very important, and the clip version and all those things in Ubuntu, and in doc.scrapy.org. There's all information available for different platforms like Mac also. Okay, we just now finished the installation of the Scrapy. Make sure that your Scrapy is completely installed. For that, go to command prompt and type Scrapy and hit enter. If it's installed, it will show the what are the commands available in Scrapy as I shown, and if it's not installed, we need to install again, reinstall it again. Next is a demo of web crawling, like how to crawl the web using Scrapy. For that, there are three main things in demo. First, we need to select the target website. Like for here, I choose the demos.org. It's a website contains a lot of href and all those things, like links to the next file. And I use here for demos, use a computers programming language and Python, and for simplicity I use a Python. And next step is go to command prompt, and to start the project, open command prompt and go to that Python directory, whatever it may be, and is Python 27. Now for the first steps in a web scraping, we need to know before we start the demo. First step is define the item we need to scrap, decide what to extract, and like examples, like title, links to the next page, and description of that title and links, and all those things we need to extract. And next step is define spider, like decide crawling strategy, like what is the spider. There are several spider strategies. For selecting the spiders, there are several strategies. You need to look about all those things and select one proper spider. And the next step is open command prompt, and starts with the demo now. Type Scrapy as I told you before. If it is installed, it will show the commands of what are the commands available. And okay, this commands available, and there is no active projects. We need to start a project. Like for that, the command is, sorry, not a code, start project, and some name, what are the project name, all those things we need to give the project name. Okay, I will give the demo, this demo project, and it will show the project is started, and go to cd demo. Okay, cd demo, it will go to the directory, and you can generate a spider also. It will show all those things. It's how you can think how it's easier and all those things. Okay, next let's go to that folder again, Python 27. I mean Python 27 folder now. Okay, the demo is created. After the project is created, the demo folder is created, and in that demo folder we can see the scrapy.configuration file. And next step is open that demo folder. Inside that spider, and in it there are several Python files are created, like items.py, pipelines, settings.py, and all those things. Inside that one folder is created called spider. Inside that spider in it also created. Okay, let us start with the next. The next step is we need to configure the items.py, like edit with this Notepad++, because Notepad++ is very user friendly. We can see the Python also. Okay, these are the initializations. That the file contains these things. We need to specify what are the items we need to crawl, and all those things. For that, we need to type one thing like import script is correct. Okay, we don't need a pass, then we don't need all those things here. Okay, enter. The Python is very indentation, therefore every space matters here. Okay, we need to extract that from that demo.org, demos.org, only the title. Simply the title is equal to CRS Scrapy dot okay, title. Next is link, we need to extract the links. Same thing, Scrapy dot field FYAD. Make sure that your spelling and all those things are correct. Next step is description. Only DS is sufficient. Whatever you name it may be. Scrapy dot FYAD field. Sorry, okay, field. Okay, this is sufficient. I think we need to extract 3 items like title, link and description. For the demo it's sufficient, and okay, save it in the items of py. Next is okay, items of py is done. Next step is creating the first spider. The spider contains mainly 3 things like name, start URLs and parsing. Parse is a method in a spider. We need to parse that item and store it in some variable or store it in some file also. Name is a name of the spider. Start URL is you need to start the web crawling using that URL. The crawler starts from that URL, and what are the items need to be extracted. It extract all those things and gives back to the spider. And that's the main thing is now we need to create a file, Python file in that spider, like 1 second. Okay, yeah, go to that spider. In the spider we need to create, or otherwise go to notepad++, control N, and save it in some folder like okay, type something. Okay, save it in some folder. Oh, it's showing like inside spider we need to create something like demo underscore spider.py. Make sure that it's a Python file. Notepad++ shows all files, like you select the Python, it's very important. Okay, spider.py, demo spider. Okay, save it. In this spider we need to the code. What code? It's a Python code actually, like import Scrapy. Next we are initialize the items. We need to import that item also from demo dot items import item. Whatever I have typed here, you need to okay, demo item. This is a class name we need to import here. This class we need to import demo item. No? Yeah, okay. Demo item, yeah, it's correct. Demo item. Hit enter, and first I will type the code, and afterwards once I will run, I will show what are these commands, and I will explain the code afterwards. Okay, create a class here also. Class I don't know what is demo spider. Okay, Scrapy dot Scrapy dot spider. Indentation matters. Okay, we need to specify the name of the spider, like anything we need. Afterwards, for running the spider we need this name. I will name it as demo. Okay, next step is what are the allowed domains. Load underscore domains. Like what are the steps? Here is we need to crawl that website now. Copy paste that website URL. What are the domains? This is the domains. Yeah, okay, www, all those things are not needed here. Demos.org is sufficient. This is our domain and demos.org. Next, to start URLs. These are the variable names. You can give anything. I will give for you, but give one we can understand now, like allowed domains start URLs. Very simply we can't do foo and bar, all those things. Okay, what are the URL we need to scroll, like demos, computer Python, copy and paste here. Okay, after pasting put a semicolon. That is not needed. Okay, put a not a semicolon, sorry, comma. Okay, next step is, okay, the spider is initialized like name with name and allow domains and start URLs. Next step is to create the parse. Def means creating the function definition, like parse method you need to create, like self comma response. Make sure that your spelling is correct. We need to loop for that, loop to run the several URLs, like response.css. we need to use CSS here, and you have to copy paste that URL directory, like ul space directory, directory.dir. I will type another URL, therefore I will type indentation matters. Make sure that your for loop runs correct. Okay, I need to tell something about this. This is a URL directory colon attribute. This is the CSS path of that Python. This is a path. Just go to, we can XPath and CSS selector also there, that finder. By using that, we need to go to that XPath finder and copy paste here. It will show the what we selected. Like we have to select only that what we need to extract, therefore that CSS also needed. Okay, next step is creating the URL, like response.url join. I will tell later what it all does. href.extract. Make sure that your spelling is correct. I'm at around here. Extract, yeah, extract. Okay, next is sealed. Okay, yield of Scrapy request request of URL, comma, callback is equal to self.parse. So we need to call the parse here, self.parse underscore dir underscore contents. Okay, in that parse method we need to call the self.parse again. For that this is a method. I need to extract the contents here. Okay, let's start with that method. Call, we need to copy paste all these things. Dir contents, and inside that cell comma response. Okay, make sure that your indentation is correct. Okay, here also we have to run one loop, like what are the variable, response dot xpath response, wait, response dot xpath. I need to tell what is the xpath here. Okay, wait 1 second. ul li. Need to run a loop. Indentation matters. First I will type the code, and after I will explain. Demos. Okay, demo item. No, demo item. Yeah, it will come. Good. That means your typing correct. For each item you need to tell what you have to do. Dot xpath. You save it once. I don't know if anything goes wrong. You are not responsible. Later you have to say, okay, before closing that semicolon, you need to extract. This method. Dot extract. Okay, some item. We need to select the item, the title, and go to the title xpath and extract the items. This code means like this. Next item. Next is link. Okay. Not double equals, only simple because. Okay, copy paste. Because the same thing happens here. But we need to change the xpath of that link. I don't know what it is. I will show later what is xpath. href dot extract. I think it's correct. Next is link, and for description we need to just copy paste here, change it to description. What are the okay, 1 second, wait. Variable is des. Okay, des correct. Xpath href, not this one. txt. Yeah. Extract. Okay. Next step is yield all those things. yield, sorry. Yield item. Okay, I think we're done with coding. After run, I will show what happens. For running, we need to go to command prompt, and I'm in demo only. Demo is our project. I need to crawl Scrapy crawl. What is the name of this folder? Okay, demo. Hit enter, it will show if any error is there. Okay, indentation error is there. I need to go there. Expected block in line number 12. No? Spider.py. Okay, where is line number 12? Here. Okay. Oh, sorry, I told you before only you need to give the correct indentation, otherwise it will give an error. Okay, once again run the Scrapy crowd.demo. Okay, yeah, see, now it's scrapping all those things. Like here we can give the log, debugging and information, what are the files, downloaded, response, request, and all those things. If it is correct, it will give the correct answer, otherwise it will give an error. Okay, let's go. I will. Okay, that code is done. Now I am supposed to explain that code. Before going to that code, I will explain what is response for CSS and how these values can be extracted. For that, we need a Chrome extension, or otherwise XPath or CSS selector. I added a Chrome extension of XPath checker and CSS checker. It is already added, and I will go and search here. It will go. Okay, wait once again. I will copy paste these codes, these links, CSS link. Okay, CSS, select CSS and copy paste this one. And I need to remove some attributes, like, yeah. Okay, this is the CSS UL directory inside dir and colon, inside the li, and there are several a attributes like a type, that href things. We need to select all those things in CSS. After CSS, I need some response, that XPath. I need to select all those things, and inside that XPath I will copy paste all those things. Select XPath and select, yeah, this one is the ULLI. The select that is highlighted all URL, it will go and it will extract the titles, links, and description. Okay, this is XPath. We can search, we can get this by compiling this web page, like inspect element. Yeah, it will come like all those things, header and editing bar. After this, you can copy paste here also, like copy the XPath. Yeah, this is one. We can copy the XPath also. We can copy paste anywhere. Yeah, this is the XPath. Okay, now I supposed to explain the code something. After we decide the what need to be extract and response. This response is a parameter in which we can a selector. It's a selector parameter. We can select the XPath and CSS. Go to this directory. Okay. For this parse by definition, this parse extract all the URLs and it will go to the next URL and all those things, and it will show what need to be extracted in that web page. And after this, parse dir contents means we need to parse the in that link what need to be parsed, like in item.py we are selected the title, link, and description. All these three variables need to be extracted here, and this is a definition and this is a code for extracting all those things. We need to select the path of all those things, and after we need to yield that item. Okay, once again I will run the code. You can show. Okay, we can show all those things, how it can be done. Yeah, this is telnet console listening and all those things. Yeah, this is turning off all those things, link, title, and the description. You can see after the spider finishes. Okay, go to that python directory. Oh yeah, we can see that compiled file of python and all those things. Once we run the spider, all the python files are compiled. Okay, next is we can store. One main thing of the Scrapy is we can store the output to the any structured format, like minus o, this command Scrapy crawl demo, or Scrapy, that spider name, minus o, and out dot, I will select csv. It's supposed to show that output, and that output should be stored in CSV format. You can go, what is the directory, python, and inside demo. No, you can go this directory and you can see that output, like out.csv file. If we click, it will open here like anything. Yeah, you can see this one also. Yeah, okay. These are the links, these are the titles. Okay, these are the titles, and these are the links. How many number of rows are there, you can know. Yeah, oh, here 250 rows are there. Okay, I think I'm done with my demo. Once again I will run, and I can see that output. Yeah, okay, now I'll go and refresh it, open. It will show the title, link and descriptions, how it can be done and all those things. All the title, all the links should become here. These are the HTTP links, and for that corresponding title is there. Okay, what is C column? Yeah, this is the title for that Python programming tutorial. For that, the link is this one. Yeah, the crawling is done. I think I'm done with the demo. Now I go to what is advantage and disadvantage of scrapping. The scrapping advantages is it's a free and open source. You can run, you can buy it. It is freely available. It's a Python package, and it's a cross platform. Like it can run on Windows, Linux, Mac OS, and FreeBSD and all those things. It is a fast and powerful because it's a running Python. It's a Python package. Therefore, it has all advantages of Python also. Coming to the disadvantage, it only supports the Python 2.7, and that after the next version of the Python, that Scrapy is not supported, and it has a bigger learning curve that some other alternatives. Like we need to learn in deep Scrapy, it's very difficult, but it's simple. For web crawling, what I have shown, it's a simple thing. And next is okay, these are the extracted, and installation is different according to the different platforms. This is one of the disadvantage, but it supports all the platforms, but installation is very huge difference in installations. As I see that it's in Ubuntu and in Windows, there's a lot of difference. Windows, we need to configure the environment paths. By Win32 also we need. The Python 2.7 only work for the Python 2.7. This is one of the biggest. Now coming to our agenda, we will complete the ethics. Okay, complete the demo, crawling, and advantage and disadvantages. Now coming to the ethics while web crawling. Crawling is simple and easy, but we have to follow some ethics for that. Like do not steal only the freely available website. Also, only we have to crawl. We do not steal the personal files and all those things. Do not steal the authorized websites. And use cloud. If we use the cloud, we can have a log or information about what we have crawled and what we have stored and all those things. Therefore, better to use cloud for, sorry, not a cloud, it's a cloud. Better use cloud, and we have the like basement, or we have the proof for what we have crawled. Share your scrappers in scrapperwiki.com. We can also share, and if it's freely available, we can use that Scrapy or Spider also. Using Scrapy, we should not steal the Gmail docs and passwords, etc. But it is possible, but we cannot steal all those things. And public data or not, we have to look about the data is public or private. If it's private, we cannot steal or scrap all those things. Identities yourself or not, we need to log into the Spider, and we need to log into the cloud and all those things. If it's user ID is yours only, we need to log in. You not log into the some others user ID and scrap the things. Okay, this feature means Python, we can store it in the output, can be stored in JSON, the CSV and all those, the structured format. These are the features of the Scrapy. The future of the Scrapy means the Python supportion of next version other than Python 2.7 is working, and nowadays we need to fast website that may use some other scrapping techniques. That scrapping and web crawling technique use the Scrapy. Therefore, if it Scrapy is very fast and powerful, that Google search engines and online price comparison, all those things becomes easier. Okay, this finally that conclusion part I need to tell. Okay, in this presentation, in this video, I will tell what are the concepts and keys of the Scrapy, what is the framework, advantages, why we need to use Scrapy, and architecture of the Scrapy, installation and demo, all those things. Please handle the web scraping in non-intentional manner so that do not disturb anybody. Like if you need open source, then only we have to crawl all those things. Don't steal that data. Ethics should be followed while scraping, and I think explain with explain the demo. And public website is scrapped by the Scrapy tool using the Python. Only the public website is we can scrap. Okay, I'm done with my video. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, I'm done with my video. If any editing errors, it's the first time I'm making my video, therefore if any editing errors and cursor moving, all those things are there. Therefore, okay, if I think, okay, thank you so much.